guys? William here. You're tuning in to the William Knows Nothing show / show. It's a podcast, right? Okay. I call it a William Knows Nothing show, and it's a fucking podcast. I don't fucking know. Because I'm recording video too, so it becomes a show all of a sudden. I wanted to wish you guys who celebrate this a happy new year. It's 2020 now, January 1st. And I wanted to talk about this in this episode. So, first things first. I went to my wife's job last night, to spend time with her. And so I guess I celebrated New Year's Eve into the New Year's Day. But honestly, it's from my past experiences. I have pretty much been doing the same shit over and over every year since I was aware of it anyway. Since I was, it became a habit of my mom and my mom and my family who celebrate every year where we scream Happy New Year. We do the countdown, all that shit. We watch the ball drop and all that, and in Times Square, and we celebrate and kiss each other in the cheeks, and then we show love, and it becomes a thing of bringing family together so that you can spend this one day out of the many, like out of the holidays, to spend time together, to remind each other of the love that you have for each other and all that good shit, right? So I haven't been doing that recently. I haven't, and now it's like, I haven't celebrated. I can't remember the last time I celebrated New Year's Day. Like, I actually celebrated being a part of that thing and keeping it a tradition to be excited for it. I think because ever since my wife, she wasn't really a fan of this whole thing where it's a new year, we've reset it, and now we're gonna start all over again, and day 1 out of 300 and whatever. I forgot how many days. 356. Jesus Christ, I'm like fucking stupid. So we tend to just follow tradition, right, with how we're raised. And when you get married or when you get with someone else in a relationship, you start to adapt to the way other people live too, or they adapt to you, whatever. And it is like a compromising thing. You either continue to celebrate anyway the way you want to celebrate because it's you and the way you want to do it, or you're like, fuck it, okay, well, I guess this person doesn't want to do it, so fuck it, I won't do it either. It depends, and it's up to you what you want to do. But mindfully, because I've been doing this whole awareness thing, I didn't feel the need to celebrate another year, because it just, now I'm starting to see, oh, okay. I'm on this path where I'm thinking, I think I brought this up before in another episode, where time was created, right? As a measurement of our lives. I think I said that in my last episode. I have to post that episode, by the way, because I forgot to post it on YouTube, but it's up on the podcast, of course, wherever you listen to podcasts. But I said time is an illusion to what we create to measure it. We measure time, pretty much. Our time here, we don't know how long we're going to exist. We're just going to be here and exist until we die, until something happens to us or whatever, until we don't know what happens after that, right? So with time, we've created it so that we can keep track of it, so that we can see that, it's 5:45 p.m. right now, and it's Wednesday, January 1st of 2020. So now I know that tomorrow is going to be Thursday. We learn all that shit in school, of course. We learn all this so that we can obviously create this thing so that we can keep track of our days. Without any of this shit, how fucked would we be? We'd be sitting here looking at the sun and shit. Then eventually I think we would just create the damn measurement of time anyway. It would just be a repeated process of us figuring the shit out, how to measure time, because we want to be organized, right? Now, what becomes a problem with time is that people tend to look at time as a thing, like it's just a thing. Okay, well, It's 10 o'clock, time to go to bed. 4 o'clock, time to wake up. Okay, I gotta go to work for 8 hours. Okay. And then you just like lose track of what time is. You forget that it's a measurement of of our day, right? It's a measurement so that we can keep track of it and value our fucking time. We forget to value it. That's the whole point I'm trying to get across. So with this day, January 1st, we look at it as it's a way to reset so that we can create resolutions and create more goals that we're going to fail at. We create more things, and we continue the pattern of taking things for granted, so that we continue to repeat ourselves every year. At the end of the year, December 31st, towards December 31st, what do people do at the end of the year? They reflect on their year. Oh, my 2000 this was great. My 2000 this was bad. 2020 or the next year is going to be great. It's going to be better. All right, I hope things are going to be better. We forget that as a measurement, time is a measurement so that we can be organized. That's all it is for. It's mainly a tool so that we can measure our days, so that we can do things with our time here, right? For the most part, because we don't know how long we have in our day. We don't even know how long the day is going to last. We don't know how long we're going to last. So we just continue to forget about all that shit and take this shit for granted and just continue our bullshit. Like making excuses, letting our anxiety control us, letting our moods control us and lead us to doing stupid shit, and then we wonder what the fuck happened to our day. That's the issue that I see with human beings for the most part, is that we all fall into the illusion, I myself included. There's still things that I do that I have to manage, but I'm not right now. I'm focused on certain things about myself so that I'm able to address the issues that I see so that I can be more productive. I can be more fulfilled in my life. I am fulfilled, and I need to keep it that way. And just keep my balance of what's going on in my life. I need to improve my well-being, my health, my mind, everything that I'm doing. I'm learning about it. I'm learning about psychology. I'm learning about philosophy. I'm learning about all these things to help myself so that I can continue to grow and being the person that I am. And I'm also doing this shit, podcasting, blah, blah, everything that I want to do, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, everything so that I can continue to live the life the way I want to live it. Because, again, I have that mindset, sort of, where I believe that, I don't believe, but I have that mindset that we're in a simulation, or you live every day as if it's your last, so that you can do your best every day. Live every moment in your life. Be in the moment, right? We forget to do all that. It's okay. But if you want to have all that so that you can do more things in your life and get more out of it, then that's what I'm doing for the most part. I didn't write a list of everything I'm doing exactly, but awareness or mindfulness, I'm still learning about the difference, because awareness is awareness. For me, awareness is just being aware of everything that I do. Not every time. I can't. It's like as almost impossible to do it every fucking second. But every now and then in the day, I'm gonna be aware. Okay, I'm aware of me being angry. Oh, okay. I'm aware of me being scared. Oh, I'm aware of me being happy. I'm aware of different things, different parts of my day. Whenever I am aware, and being mindful, or mindfulness, practicing mindfulness, and continue like just doing the damn shit that I'm doing, paying attention to what I fucking do that I don't agree, that I don't like. Like today, for instance, I went downstairs to hit my bag, my tie bag. I have a nice 7-foot tie bag that I hit, and I wanted to record myself and post it on social media. For what? So I asked myself, why? Why do you want to do that? You don't have to do that. So what I did instead was take a photo after I was finished, and instead of posting a photo and copying Jocko or copying anybody else, posting a photo of the aftermath or whatever, of my sweat, of myself sweaty, whatever it is. Joe Rogan posts himself sweating. That's fine. Everyone does their own thing. But I'm learning to find my own voice and my own purpose of what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to encourage people to do the same shit, right? Not fucking hit a tie bag. We don't have to do that, but I'm encouraging people to just do, to just value their fucking time. This is a constant reminder to do things, right? The things that you want to do. There's no fucking excuses. Maybe there are some that you may think of, but you got to figure that out on your own. I'm not the one to tell you whether your excuses are legit or not. That's up to you. But instead of me posting a picture of copying other people, I just decided to post a picture of my gloves on the floor. I try to be a photographer that I am and make it nice and post it so that I can say something silly about it instead, because I'm trying to find my own voice, so to speak, to try to reach out to people in a different way. The whole 2019 year was focused on trying to reveal what I do so that people can see it and maybe apply the damn things that I apply for myself in my life. Quotes, philosophy, all that shit. And I felt like it wasn't working out because people don't really, not that I'm assuming people don't care. And this is a sad thing about the like system, because you look at, okay, this photo only got 6 likes or no, 5 likes, whatever. And then a picture of my family, anytime I post a picture of myself and my family, if I post a douchebag bathroom selfie, that's my thing I've created since 6 years ago, 5, I don't know. It was years ago that I created this whole movement, the douchebag bathroom selfie, because of all the people that I saw taking bathroom selfies. So I figured, let me just play along with this and just take a lot of selfies in a bathroom as well and call it the douchebag bathroom selfie, because maybe people can see that this is obnoxious to post selfies of yourself while you're in the bathroom. I thought it was a joke. Whatever, I still find it to be a funny joke, and I'm running with it, continue to do it till this day, last night. My wife even likes to do it. It's funny. What was my point? I lost my goddamn point. I'm trying to go back. Oh, so the douchebag bathroom selfie would get 20 likes because it's funny or whatever people like it for. My family, if I post a picture of me and my family, it's happy, it's joyful to look at, but it's like I'll get 30 to 40 likes for it, and it's interesting to me. Like, so I get 40 likes for family photos and 5 likes for a quote that I really, really appreciate. It's a quote like, I can't really think of one right now, but a quote I either created to help people be aware of something so that they can maybe apply it to their lives, or a quote from a philosopher or some type of motivating person who legit, it's a great fucking quote to help you fucking see things better with perspective, of course. But yeah, it would get like 3 or 5 likes, and it makes me wonder, do people not give a fuck about words? Is it because Instagram, you think about what Instagram was made for originally? It was about pictures, right? It was about pictures for photographers. It's meant to show their work. I used to do that all the time. And then I used to hate people that, the irony of it, I used to hate fucking people who used to post quotes and shit on Instagram. And then I gave up on that because I started doing it myself. I think I'm repeating myself. I think I said this before. So I'm going to move on from that and not talk about that. But my point is, I wanted to stop doing that for the most part. I may still do it here and there, create my own quotes and all that, but I saw myself being disappointed, like I mentioned before. So I wanted to stop that. So new stuff for me, new changes for me to just do. I'm not even going to talk about them. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, act it out, because I noticed another pattern that I was doing 2 years ago, whatever, is that I was saying out. Oh, no, not 2 years ago. This is years. This goes all the way back to, when I was 20, 18, whatever. You say you want to do things. I'm going to do this. And then you don't do it. So I'm done. I'm doing my best not to talk too much about what I want to do and just fucking do the damn thing. Anyway, so getting back to this New Year's thing, I've noticed a lot of people celebrate this shit still, of course. I'm not going to sit here and diss people who celebrate. That's fine. To each their own. It's fine. I'm not telling anybody to celebrate, not to celebrate it. It's a year. Like I said, I appreciated it before, but now I'm at the point where I'm mindful of what I'm doing. So I'm like, why would I fucking look at 2019 and 2020, say, look, it's a new year. Let's reset. And now I'm going to come up with all these plans to fucking do things in 2020. Like, I don't know what's going to fucking happen in 2020. I don't. I didn't even know what was going to happen. I didn't predict what was going to happen in 2019. I had all these plans and I failed a lot of them, and I've conquered some of them otherwise. And it was mainly personal things, my mind and all that. Okay. So, I'm just throwing it out there for anybody who is who celebrates it. You can look at it and just, oh, okay, why do we do this? Why do we celebrate New Year's? And again, people, it's up to you. You can go ahead and do what you want. I was sitting there watching a lot of people leave to go out to go celebrate midnight, to celebrate their 2019, the ending of it. I put bunny ears on that one. And the beginning of the new year of 2020. Remember, a measurement of our lives, of our days. It's crazy. If we didn't come up with a year system, it would be like, oh, well, it's day whatever, such and such, it's month 1,300, 1,000, whatever. It would be like all these, it was a high number. But because we measured it, scaled it down to years, now we're like, oh, it's 2020. We don't know what happened years ago. We don't know what happened 100 years ago. We have our history books and all that. So it's like interesting. I don't know. I'm moving on. So your resolutions, who celebrates their resolutions or who plans resolutions? I'm seeing more and more posts of like, dissing resolutions because people are realizing that resolutions, I don't know, to each their own. They may work, they may not work. I see it as now I'm looking at it, it's definitely marketing. It's definitely for people to buy things. Celebrate your New Year's resolution this year with 20% off, 30% off, whatever. Gyms out there getting putting a deal for them, for people, and it's fine. All these things, I'm not against marketing, but I just want to people, I would like people to be aware of it. That's it. Because it's you're spending your hard-earned dollars on these damn things. But yeah, resolutions. Whether you pass or fail or whatever you do in your resolutions, that's fine. I don't have resolutions. I do make goals still, but I don't consider them resolutions. I take that away from my mind because I'm just focused on just getting the shit done. Getting the shit done that I want to get shit done. The things that I want to do, I write it down. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do this. Oh, I spent this amount of time not doing it. Fuck, why am I not doing this? Because I don't want to do it or what? What is going on here? I came out with this card game last year, and I was planning on finishing within the month, and I didn't finish it at all. And I still have, I got stuck on the rules making, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. I just wasn't into it. But the next step was to get people to play it, to see if they liked it, and I didn't even get that far because I stopped fucking caring about it. So I don't know. We'll see if I get back to that, but I'm not even going to talk about it. We'll see what happens. Separating yourself from your illusions. Okay. Now I'm learning about illusions, but I'm learning about how life is so interesting with, how, if I touch something, like if I touch this, I'm feeling this thing here, right? I'm feeling it with my hand, and it's my reality because I see it. Everything in front of me, I see, but everything outside of my house, I don't see. So I don't see what's going on out there. I'm just going by memory that outside is what it looks like, but I don't know what's out there now. I don't know if there's a strange man looking through my window right now. I'm just guessing that it's empty the way I came in, right? We don't know what's out there, what we don't see. I don't even know what's to my left of me is the kitchen. I don't know what's in the kitchen. For all I know, there could be 100 people in there that are quiet, waiting to say surprise or something, but that's not the case because I'm using my brain. I can't hear anything. And they have to be really good at being quiet, whatever, for it to be, whatever. My whole point is that what we see and what we do with our touch, what we think of, there was a quote, your thoughts become your reality or something like that. I forget. I forget what it said. But anyway, I'm learning more about that shit now, where I'm trying to understand neuroscience. I'm trying to understand the way we think and why we think again, and how I can use it to my benefit, to live my life the way I want to. Right? This gets kooky, but if you want to listen to this episode, because it's better to listen to the episode than to hear me talk about it. But it's from Sam Harris. He has an episode called "The Reality Illusion." It's with, I forget his name. Let me go to it. It's with Donald Hoffman and Annika Harris, Sam Harris's wife, and it's a really good episode. Interesting. He talks Donald. I already forgot his name. Donald Hoffman. He talks about just how, in his perspective, he talks about his book pretty much, and Annika Harris and Sam Harris kind of test him on his ideas about the consciousness, and man, it's just fascinating to think about like what he was talking about. Everyone has a theory about how the consciousness works. We don't know for sure. We don't know why the consciousness or whatever it does, why it does things, but it just does, right? We don't have any solid evidence to prove what the conscious mind is. We don't know. But what I'm trying to learn about, for me, because I still don't know, is what the fuck is consciousness and what the fuck am I doing? Sam Harris has this, he says that free will is an illusion. Him and his wife, they have an episode about that if you want to go check that out. And I got lost. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm like trying to follow it. I'm trying to really understand it because my fucking stupid brain, it's not capable of understanding that yet. So I have to build up on that, I guess. Your brain is a muscle that controls all, everything else, right? So I'm trying to learn how to power this bad boy up so that I can go back to listen to that for the fourth time and see if I can understand it. Before, I didn't understand Sam Harris a lot. Like I found him boring. I would listen to his podcast and I'm like, fuck, he's boring. Because he's just too smart, I guess. And I just didn't find anything interesting. So I had to stop listening to him. But now it's like I'm fascinated by the way I'm thinking, blah, blah, because of mindfulness. I've been practicing meditation. I've been doing a lot of this thinking and I'm using brain power, I guess, and I'm exercising my mind so that I'm able to understand shit better for some reason. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist or anything like that. I'm not a psychologist. I'm nothing. I'm just a fucking regular old fool trying to understand shit about myself and about life. But it's interesting. Just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, separating yourself from illusions, man. It's just something it's worth checking out so that why would you separate yourself from an illusion? Because what do you want to do? What do you want to do in your life? Do you want to continue being the sheep? You want to be the sheeple where you wake up every day and you do the same shit over and over again and just live life and go to work and, come back home tired and you hate your job or maybe you love your job. You're just living. All you're doing is just doing things that, you were raised to do, right? You don't know, you're not looking to be curious. Maybe you're just a human being that doesn't give a fuck. You're not curious. Maybe you just don't care. But why would you watch this? The audience that I'm looking for are people like myself. I am curious. I am curious about a lot of things. I'm curious about why we think things. I'm curious about digging deeper within what's going on here in this life. I'm that type of person. I don't know. I just follow my instincts, and that's what I want to do. So here I am. So I'm looking for people that have the similar thoughts and ideas that want to do this deep thinking shit. And yeah, I don't know. For those that don't have that, you wouldn't even watch this because you would just continue on along with your path, maybe. But yeah, separating yourself from illusion is just interesting to do because you take yourself out of stuff that doesn't make sense. You're like, why the fuck did I believe that thing? So the one illusion would be religion, right? The illusion that praying helps. So if you pray to this thing up there. We don't know if it works. We don't have any science to back it up. We don't have anything. So then we just could keep doing it anyway, because somehow, some way, God is going to give us strength to live on. And then we just keep doing because we give into this illusion. And then something good happens. Oh, Jesus answered my prayers. What about something bad happens? Oh, Jesus didn't answer my prayers. Okay, I'm going to just keep praying. So we just like we do this by chance thing. And then we just take this huge leap of faith to think that praying to God is going to work eventually. I mean, maybe God didn't listen to me this one time, but the next 10 times he's going to listen to me. I promise. So just one example. I'm not trying to diss religion. I see why the religion exists all the different religions. I see why it exists for people. It gives people hope. It gives people the faith to believe in something so that they're not fucking driving themselves crazy about life, because life is fucking crazy. Life is weird and mysterious, and not a lot of people can deal with the shit. So I can't diss religion in a sense, but then again, I don't like it at the same time because it creates a lot of issues too. I mean, a lot of people are just tribal, and then we fall into that category of like tribalism and wars against religion, against the other religion. Your religion sucks and my religion is better. My God is real, your God is not. La la la. And then you got some religions that make people do certain things, and if not, they are going to go to hell. Or there's an advantage of a gender, of men having power over women, or religions like that. Or there is religions that restrict women and men to do certain things. They have to separate from each other and be focused on serving only God. So it's just a lot of that I'm just like, why the fuck do people live like that? Why would you want to do that? How do you know that God actually wanted you to do all that? And I guess we will never know until we die, right? I'm going to be the asshole that's doing all this free thinking and shit, and I'm going to go to hell because I didn't follow a specific type of religion. But you're taking a chance to, out of the 12 or whatever how many religions there are in the world, you're taking a chance to diss all of them or pick one and not follow the other. And then, boom, it's like a lottery. You go for that one, but this one is the real one. And then you're like, wait, I like this one. I'll stick with this one. And then you die. And this guy was the right one. You picked the wrong one. It's like, what cup? So I was like, swink. I'd rather get rid of all of them and just take philosophies from each and every one of them and apply it to my life the way I see it. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't see any good in that. I may want to kill people in my mind. I may get really angry, but let me understand, why do I want to kill people? Why do I want to do that? Why would and then what happens? What are the repercussions of me killing someone? I have to go to jail now, and that ruins my life because it takes away time from me enjoying my life, right? It takes away my time from doing this shit. So why would I kill anybody? Okay, and then the same thing, blah, 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 for everything else. I'm not going to go too crazy with that, but the illusions, man, that we fall for is just because how we were raised, right? So if you were raised in a Catholic, Catholic family, a family of Catholicism, whatever the word is, or a family of Buddhists and all this shit, you're going to follow suit unless you're a rebel and you don't want to do what your parents do because it just doesn't make sense to you. You just, I'm going to go that way and do what I got to do. And then your parents will not like you for the most part, and then until they get over it. Yeah. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of illusions out there that we fall for, and it's one of those things, to each their fucking own, man. If you want to continue to live that life of illusion, then okay. But me, a person who, I don't know, maybe I'm like this because of my whatever. I don't know why I'm like this. Maybe it's in my DNA. Maybe it's in my genetics. Whatever it is, the reason why I'm the way I am today is because I've always been this way. I was since I was, I don't remember, since I was consciously aware of things. I was 7 or 8. I don't remember. But I started to think I was the one. Fucking weird as that sounds. I used to think I'm the one. God chose me to help people do things, to see life differently. And I don't know, my brain just like went haywire, and I watched The Matrix, and then I really believed in the one, and I was like, oh shit, there is the one, until I got to realize all the bullshit that I was falling for. It's just interesting to me. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that though. So play with the idea of what everything is with illusions. Just listen to that episode that I mentioned from Sam Harris, The Reality Illusion. It's just interesting. It's fascinating stuff to listen to. Be curious, people. Speaking of illusions, I wanted to talk. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last episode, but I was talking about being the overseer of your mind. So, you hear David Goggins, you hear other people say it in a different way. I came up with my own way of be the overseer of your mind. That's where I'm at right now, where I'm thinking, you know what? I was talking to my wife because I was like realizing, holy shit, it's not the reason why I'm not always funny, like I'm not always silly, is because it's a different mood. That's a different person. That's a different whatever it is. That's a separate individual, whatever that is inside of me that comes out whenever it wants to. Because there are times that my mood would be silly as fuck, and then I want to be silly and just always goof around. And even when my wife tells me you need to take this shit serious, I'm just like, I'm like a little kid. So I don't understand it. But my whole life, since I was 12, I don't remember exactly, but since I was young, I always tried to figure out, why am I silly at these particular times? And then when I want to be silly, I used to want to be silly because there was times that I was scared, nervous, or I just wanted to show off. I just wanted to make people laugh on purpose with the intentions to make people laugh because it makes me feel good when people laugh and shit. Why is it that I can't always control that? What is that? Who is that? And I always just thought, okay, I guess that's just how I am. I'm only funny sometimes. I'm only funny whenever I want to be funny. But ever since I started to listen to Sam Harris talk about we don't have free will is an illusion, I say, oh, wait a minute. That's probably why I act a particular way of being funny at times, because I'm not always going to be funny. There's always, or not, I say funny, but I mean silly. Because what funny is subjective, right? But I'm talking about, I'm laughing at things in that moment. I'm laughing at myself. I see myself as a goofy motherfucker at that, and I love that dude. Whatever that person is, I love it. It's kind of like a me, myself, and Will thing. And here I am right now, where I'm this philosophical speaking person or deep thinking person, whatever it is that I am currently. This is what I currently feel. And then you got different sides. When you get high on a drug, I never did cocaine, never did any of that shit. But if I was to try different substances that change my mind, or whatever, not change my mind, but that do something with my brain, I become this other person, right? When you drink, I drink liquor. But when I drink liquor, you blame it on the alcohol because what? You're a different person. You have similar thoughts, but you're more, you take away that block from doing things, and then you do the things that you're like, oh shit, I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. I really walked up to the girl and asked her to dance because I'm on alcohol. So then you start to identify with alcohol makes me do things that I'm scared to do. It takes away anxiety, it takes away fear, and it makes me do it. Why do I drink now? I just like drinking whenever I do stuff like this because it helps me, in my mind, it helps me talk freely and not limit myself from thinking about other things that distract me. So that's why I like drinking. But I don't want to rely on it too much because then it just becomes a habit, and then I'm going to depend on it too much. And that's why I'm trying to learn how to not depend on it too much. So I don't know. I'm playing with all these things. But my main point to all of that is that being the overseer of your mind and learning what that is something worth considering in your life. It's something worth identifying with, to play with it, to see what that is, because it's kind of like Inside Out, that movie where there's anger, gloominess, whatever, all the different personality traits that control the person, the brain, or whatever. You are the overseer of that, of behind them, watching them do their thing. You're like, oh, like if you learn to adapt, if you learn to pay attention as the overseer of these different moods, you see that anger will try to do something specific, and you're like, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna go ahead and take our time, and let me get the controls to this thing so that we can go ahead and do what we have to do with that particular objective that we're doing here. We're not going to allow ourselves to let anger control the body of this person who's trying to speak to his wife or his kids so that they can understand him, right? I don't know what that is inside of me that I am able to reason and speak clearly and not show anger, because anger is not the right way to talk to your kids and your family, of course, because people will react with anger themselves, or react with fear, react with sadness, react with anything. They'll react in a different way and not look at it as a way to understand, right? Man, sorry if I'm rambling so much, but it's just something that's what I label it as, is being the overseer of your own mind. So bringing that up, I wanted to bring up anxiety issues. There's an app that I just tried out. I'm just learning about it because I make fun of anxiety, because we all have it. We all have had it, and I had anxiety, whatever, for the longest, because it's a part of us that I know of. What is anxiety? It's something I cannot answer, because I feel like anxiety is subjective to the person, but I'm just gonna Google the exact fucking definition of what anxiety is, because people take this anxiety word and then they look at it as it's an issue, a mental health issue, and they take it with them to apply it to their victimhood, to apply it to their lives and use it as a way to get out of things. My anxiety, and then they fall into traps, pretty much, the illusion of allowing anxiety to control their life. So let me look up the meaning, because I'm still learning about this shit. I'm not trying to I diss it and make fun of it, but I don't really understand it. So I feel like I shouldn't be, when it comes to shit like this, I shouldn't make fun of it. But comedy's sake, I'll make fun of it, whatever, because we all have it. So according to Google, it's a anxiety disorder. Anxiety can be normal in stressful situations such as public speaking or taking a test. Anxiety is only an indicator of underlying disease when feelings become excessive, all-consuming, and interfere with daily living. So I don't know shit about that, but I'm not even going to try to pretend to know. But I can pretty much say that I've had anxiety, I guess, that fucked my shit up tons of times, including, here's an example of anxiety I had that allowed to fuck me up. I've gotten rolled on multiple times, right, by a particular group of human beings, a specific ethnicity. And I now identify that this ethnicity as somewhat dangerous. It's a prejudice that I have, right? Now, every time I see that specific type of stereotype of this ethnicity or this race, whatever it is, I tense up and I get worried that it's going to happen again, because it happened multiple times before. So now I'm like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to do something to defend myself, because I have to protect myself. I'm ready to, if I may die or something may happen, because I've gotten mugged. I've gotten rolled on. I've gotten beat up. I've gotten threatened. I've gotten so many times by this specific stereotype of a person, of a human being, right? Even gender, right? So it's because of all these things that you have all these labels laid out for that one individual. You become prejudiced with that type of individual, and then it becomes a thing where your anxiety will carry out that shit throughout your life. To this day, if I walk outside of a store and I see 4 people with the same type that I had used to deal with before, I will tense up, and I know I will. And I try my best to be aware of it and understand it and not judge it and not try to do anything different, but just be aware of it, understand it. That's what I'm trying to bring up with this point, because I don't like that I'm prejudiced. I don't like that. I used to think that I was racist. I used to think that all these things, but I didn't understand what racism was. I understand now that it's a prejudice. I understand that it's just my past, things happened, and now I'm just carrying out with my life, and now I'm just trying to understand it so that I don't allow it to rule my life, especially dealing with anxiety, because then I'll get nervous, I start to get scared, I start to feel cold, I tense up, my neck builds up right here. That's what I'm learning from this app, of understanding what this app explains what anxiety is. It's called Unwinding Anxiety. I can't really give you a full review of this app because it's one of those paid apps, but I'm just going to recommend it for anybody dealing with any kind of anxiety. Go ahead and download that, check it out, see what that is, and hopefully it works out for you. Me personally, I do my own thing. I meditate, and that's my healing for anxiety or whatever else that I'm dealing with. Practicing mindfulness is something that has helped me, for the most part, deal with a lot of mental issues. I don't even like to look at anxiety as a problem anymore. I just look at it as, okay, like I said, I am the overseer for the most part of these different moods. So I'm going to try my best to balance everything out. And hey, let's not allow this anger to control me or whatever. Again, I do what I can. And I may be wrong on this, but it's just for what I understand. Because again, free will, I'm learning that it does not exist. It's an illusion. But what is free will? How much free is there is there a percentage of free will that we have? Because if I'm saying I'm gonna go touch this right here, like I just missed the first time, right? There's this thing where I touched the rim of it, right? But what am I doing with everything else in my body? I just moved my head. I didn't realize I moved my head until I picked that up. So I'm not really controlling everything because I can't. We're not powered to do that. We're not powered to do everything with our minds, but we focus on the one thing. I go right to my fingertips and I touch the rim of the cup that's right next to me, right? And I know it's there, so I can close my eyes and still go to the same spot because I know it's right there, right? Now, if you move it over, I'm still gonna go touch it and know that it's all the way over there. So it's weird. It's a weird thing that your body does, and when you're consciously aware of things, I'm aware that the laptop is right over here. Right? I didn't realize how far it was. There's a mat behind me, and I know to touch it. It's so bizarre when you start to practice mindfulness and your sensations. And I, again, recommend training yourself to do this if you want to be curious about yourself. It's really helpful. I can't really... why is it helpful? For me, it's just I'm way more grateful of things in my life. I have way more gratitude. I'm way more aware of things. I'm aware of my body, my mind, and blah, blah, blah. There's so many benefits to it personally that you can look up the science behind this if you want. Or you could just listen to Sam Harris. I'm doing what I can, people, to try to spread all this shit out that I've been experiencing. There's no fucking... For me, there's no bullshit attached to any of this. There's no woo-woo-ness. There's no tarot card reading or palm reading telling me that this is exactly what you feel. None of that stuff. To each their own with the people that do that. I'm not trying to diss anybody that does that because I don't understand it. So, yeah, I'm just doing things that I do understand. Things that I can actually feel, touch, grab, see, smell, blah, blah. Use the senses that I am. That's what I'm using. I'm not using... some trickery where I'm using my mind to tell me that, oh, the horoscope is telling me that, I'm gonna fucking get hit by a car today, so I need to stay in the house. Okay, that's just now I'm relying on a card to predict the outcome of my life. I'll just go outside and not go in the street, but yeah, who knows? The car might come down and hit me anyway, and I'll never know. Then the tarot card was right. So anyway, I just choose not to predict and not to rely on anything that's going to predict my future. So I'm not thinking about that shit because I'm worrying about the now, the present. That's just my mindset. I think I covered everything though, for the most part, what I wanted to talk about. My fear of different situations, or is it mood control of my actions? Oh, I think I was talking about, being the overseer and, okay, I already said that. The anxiety issues like anger and my fear of different situations, or is it mood controlling my actions? Oh, okay, I already mentioned. I'm talking to myself because I'm going over my notes, making sure I went over everything. But yeah, so to go over everything that what I discuss here, New Year's resolutions or New Year's, you look at New Year's, what is it? It's just another fucking thing that we look at. It's a holiday. It's based on the measurement of time, and it's to trick our minds to think that we can reset in another year to start all over again, when I wouldn't even look at it that way. I would prefer to just continue on to another year, to continue on doing the things that I'm already doing, but getting better at it, not looking at it as a time frame where I'm going to go ahead and do this and do that and this time. I'm looking to just do in the present. What can I do today? That's why I wanted to bring that up. Resolutions, whether we pass or fail. I don't know if resolutions are things that are worth it, but to me, I don't even use that word in my book, my vocabulary. I would rather just use goal setting and things like that actually works, like the accountability mirror that I actually like that. So I have my accountability mirror this year, where on the left side I have 5 things that I appreciate, that I have gratitude for, and on the right side I have 5 things that I'm focused on, the things that I want to do. And so that's the way I organize my accountability mirror. If anybody wants to try that out, go for it. That's from David Goggins. Good little thing to check out. It's worth doing. I think it actually works out because you're looking at yourself in the mirror while you brush your teeth, and you can see the notes on your left and on your right. So if you brush your teeth in the morning, you look at the left and you see all the things that you appreciate, that you want to remind yourself to have gratitude for the things that you already appreciate, so that you can start off your day right. And on the right side, it's the things that you want to do, or that the things that you want to focus on. So it's a good reminder so that you can focus on one thing out of the 5 or whatever and get the shit done, or focus on training or whatever it is that you're doing in your day. All right. So that's what I recommend. It's just my add-on to David Goggins' accountability mirror, because I think he just put a lot of things down and get shit done, But me, it's like I'd rather use the different things I learned from other people, where they said to write in a journal 5 things or whatever that you want to do in the next day, and then go to sleep, because then you'll think about it. That's another reason why I wanted to mention that too. If you're brushing your teeth at night, you can look at your right, and then you go to sleep. You'll want to do those things in the morning. Wake up, you look at the left, you look at the things you're grateful for. That will remind you to appreciate life more. Boom, boom, bam, bing, boom, chicka dang. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. All right. So separating yourself from illusions. Again, this is up to you. You can do this. And it's not for everybody. It's for me personally. It's part of my process of living my life the way I want to. I want to separate myself from as many illusions that I can, so that I can continue to be aware and mindful of the things that I do in my life. Being the overseer, I mentioned that. I just love where I'm going with that. I'm just trying to dig deeper. This is all without me taking any kind of drugs, by the way. This is just me fucking thinking on the go while I'm working. So, and listening to podcasts, of course, and listening to the experiences of others. And I'm like putting two and two together and discovering shit for myself. But yeah, unwinding anxiety for those of you who can't fuck with, like, you have your anxiety issues are fucking with you and you don't understand it. Try downloading that episode on unwinding anxiety. Or if you don't want to pay for an app, I would just recommend meditating and practicing yoga and train. Okay, because if you meditate for at least 2 to 5 minutes a day, you learn to build the tolerance for it. You learn how to be more aware of your thoughts, blah, blah. There are benefits to meditation, but it takes time. It's a skill that you have to learn, and it's worth it to me, in my opinion. I have dealt with it for 7 years. I don't know I'm like fucked up with my math with how many years I've been meditating, but when I was again, just a reminder, whenever I was going through depression and suicidal thoughts and all that, I had to fucking do something, and I ran to meditation, thankfully. And I learned way more the past 4 years about what meditation is in comparison to how many years ago when 2012, 13, when I was like going through suicidal thoughts and shit. And before that. So yeah, either download Unwinding Anxiety, make it easier for yourself, pay, there's a fee for that. I didn't pay for it. I just tried the trial. This is a trial if you want to just check it out. Or I recommend meditation, yoga, and training in something, whatever it is, whether you want to, I don't give a fuck what it is. Train something that you have to build a skill at. That's the third thing I recommend, is to whether I do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, And this year I want to learn how to shoot a gun better. I want to learn how to shoot either a bow and arrow. I want to shoot a shotgun, something. I want to learn how to shoot something. Okay, because it's a skill that I'm trying to build up on and do it with my wife. I'm trying to get her to do more things with me and by herself too. And then the episodes that I recommend that you check out is from Sam Harris, The Unquiet Mind. That's from, I forget his name, but Dr. Judd. He's the one that came up with the Unwinding Anxiety app. It's an interesting episode to listen to. It's definitely worth checking out if you want to understand your mind, so to speak, and why your mind does what it does, blah, blah, blah. It's really fascinating to check it out. The Unquiet Mind by Sam Harris, and The Reality Illusion from Sam Harris as well, where he's with, I forget his name, god damn it, Donald Hoffman and Sam Harris's wife, and they go over a couple things about illusion. Fucking fascinating. Definitely check that out. If you love what you hear if you love what you hear or see from this podcast, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and look for more shit. Comment below if you have any questions you would like for me to go over. Send me an email at williamknowsnothing@gmail.com if you're interested in being part of the show. I can definitely include you in the show if you're willing to talk about these things or anything. I don't care. I'm looking for people to talk about philosophy, life in general. What do you do in your life to conquer the things that you want to conquer? Are you a person, even if you're a person that knows nothing like myself, what do you do and how are you learning things, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for people that know a lot of shit about a specific type of thing so I can talk about whatever. I don't care what it is. This is why I know nothing, because I'm interested in everybody's perspective about what they do in their life. Man, I just love this. I just wish I can find more people that are willing to give me their time to spread the love and the joy of podcasting. So if you want to go ahead and follow my Instagram page, go ahead and do that. It's William Knows Nothing. I have a Twitter that I don't get on, but I'm going to try to get on that more. William Knows Not. And a Facebook, of course. William Knows Nothing is over there as well. I barely have anybody following me. You live and you learn. It's a process. I'm learning to let go of the expectations. I'm learning to let go of worrying about how many people are listening. I'm learning to let go of everything so that I could continue doing this because I fucking love this shit regardless. And I'm not going to allow my whatever it is in my brain telling me to stop doing this because this is fucking fun to me, in my opinion, in my perspective, and whatever it is that I'm doing here. So with that being said, value your life, value motherfucking time. I am William, and I'm out. Peace.